Zuma, Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Ministers and Deputy Ministers, Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Sihle Zikalala, Deputy Ministers of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Obed Bapela and Tembing Kadimeng, District Champions who are here with us, MECs and mayors from both the Eastern Cape as well as from KwaZulu-Natal, Mama Mhlauli, Acting Chairperson of the House of Traditional Leaders, and all our Amakosi who are present here today, whose presence is really valued and appreciated. Representatives from the business community, business associations, as well as the investor community, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to be here today to witness firsthand the opportunities that arise when government, business, and communities, as led also by our traditional leaders, mobilize around a common vision. In the case of the Eastern Seaboard Development, this is a broad and multifaceted vision, a vision that was crafted from a dream that we articulated some 2 years ago, a dream which many people just dismissed and scoffed at. That dream is now turning into a vision, and that vision is going to turn and is turning into an implementable project of building smart cities around our Eastern Seaboard. That is a phenomenal development in our country, South Africa. Firstly, it is a vision to translate from policy into practice the district development model, which aims to improve the coherence and the impact of local service delivery, but which also aims to channel investments in the areas most needed in our country. Secondly, it is a vision to overcome the legacy of apartheid special planning, which continues in many ways to limit the economic opportunities of many millions of South Africans. Thirdly, it is a vision to strengthen economic linkages between our provinces through mutually beneficial development. And fourthly, this development aims to harness the potential of the vast natural endowments of the two provinces of our country, the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal, for economic growth. As I said in the State of the Nation in February, South Africa is a country of many endowments. As a nation, we also have many capabilities. We have enormous strengths and attributes. that we can and must draw on as we rebuild and transform our society. Now, our country has vast tracts of arable and fertile land. We have abundant sunshine and temperate weather, and some say possibly the best weather in the world. We have the coastline stretching some 2,800 kilometers from east to west, touching two oceans, the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. It's a coastline teeming with marine resources of enormous proportions. Our fauna and flora places us as one of the top 5 most biodiverse countries in the world. Much of this natural endowment is located right here in the 4 districts that are part of this development. From pristine beaches and waterways to tourism attractions, and from diverse marine biology to fertile land with significant potential for cultivation. Now, this natural endowment presents great growth opportunities in the ocean's economy, in tourism, in agriculture, in mining, in oil and gas, in technology, and many, many other opportunities. If harnessed effectively, this natural endowment has the potential to revitalize local economies, create jobs, and sustain livelihoods. Translating the vision for this Eastern Seaboard Development into reality requires cooperation between the public and private sectors to mobilize investment for catalytic and big-ticket transformative projects. Investors will provide the investment, but government will create the conducive environment and conditions for this investment to take place. Now, for us to do this, for us to position this as a development that can yield substantial and sustainable returns on investments, we have to strengthen the capabilities and improve the functioning of our government system, but more particularly at the local government level, because it is at the local government level where investment takes place. Investment does not take place at the union buildings, it takes place right here where we are. And that is where we want to see action taking place. Strong, well-run municipalities that are able to deliver services to communities as well as businesses are able to attract investment. Conversely, poorly run and badly administered municipalities deter investment. They just chase business and investment away. So we want municipalities that are hungry for investment, that are keen to see investment taking place so that we can develop our people and our areas. The recent local government elections have provided a clear direction on what the citizens of our country want. It is critical that we now focus all our energies on addressing the many service delivery concerns of our people and also of businesses who rely on the provision of these services to run their operations. Businesses who want properly maintained roads. Businesses do not want roads that are littered with potholes. Businesses want all the roads, including the R61, to be well-constructed roads. And this is precisely what today we are saying we are prepared to offer business. The district development model puts local government at the center of our country's growth and development. It is a model that is aimed at promoting better intergovernmental coordination, better intergovernmental planning, and also better budgeting and implementation. Part of the work we undertook during the pilot phase of the district development model was to develop detailed district profiles, providing an overview of each district. Now, these profiles covered demographics, socio-economic challenges such as crime, unemployment, poverty and inequality, as well as education levels of our people who live in those districts. But they also covered current employment growth trends in the districts. Most importantly, these profiles identified potential areas for growth with a view to unlocking the potential of each of the districts. It was through this process that cooperative governance undertook that we were able to, possibly for the first time, to have an insight into the proper layout of our districts. And yes, it was through this process that we were able to identify opportunities for investment and development in this area of the 4 districts. The district development model calls on government, it calls on traditional leaders, on business, on investors, on donors, civil society, and social partners, as well as communities, to contribute to a common plan for growth and development. Today, we are here to take forward the developmental vision of the Eastern Seaboard Development, which is a flagship district development model project. It is a flagship project because it is large in scale, extensive in the area that it covers, and quite intensive in what needs to be done. We will be declaring the Eastern Seaboard as a region in terms of the Special Planning and Land Use Management Act. Now, having moved from that dream to crafting this vision, we are now moving forward to really conceptualizing what needs to be done. But we are underpinning it by demonstrating our preparedness at government level to get this project moving. And it shall move. This project shall move. Now, this act is an important tool to achieve spatial transformation by establishing the principles, the norms, and the standards for integrated spatial planning and land use management. One of the traditional leaders that we saw this morning confessed that when we initially introduced this Spluma Act, many people did not understand it. And it was when they gave it deeper consideration that they started to realize the impact that it is going to have. Some people feared that it was going to take their powers away. And yet, in fact, this act is going to add to the powers that people have. It is going to enhance the management of our lands. The Eastern Seaboard project is aimed at connecting the villages, the towns, and the cities in the Wild Coast Corridor, which comprises unique ecological with provincial, national, as well as continental economies through the transportation infrastructure and information technology. Now, through this, you may just think that we are looking just as this area. We are already transcending beyond just this Eastern Seaboard. We're even going continental. We're even going international by virtue of the investors who are also interested in this Eastern Seaboard. So we're just not local. Says Hambela Pesu. That's where we are now. The development is along a 120-kilometer coastline stretch between Margate and Port St. John's, with supporting gateways between Kokstad and Bizana. It is never simply enough to undo the effects of the past. We have to raise our gaze. We have to look beyond the horizon, and we have to embrace the future. And that is the importance of dreams. You begin to dream even about what you have not yet seen. It was Madiba who said, "It all seems impossible, hugely impossible, until it is done." And this is the impossible that is going to be done. It is going to happen. In this case, we are embracing the future. A future that started from a dream, into a vision, into a clear concept, into a project. We are embracing that future through development, but a development that is smart, a development that is environmentally sustainable, and that embraces also the fourth industrial revolution. One should listen to what the investors that we are lining up are saying. They are already looking at this great endowment that we have, this Eastern Seaboard, and are already talking about technologies of the future, hydrogen, greening the economy in this area. Those are the types of opportunities that they are already beginning to talk about. We are certain that this development will contribute towards the creation of new regional nodes that will attract investment into the area and create jobs and other opportunities as well for our people here. Just 2 months ago, I visited another significant development along this coastline, the N2 Wild Coast Road project. On that occasion, I said that government, business, and communities need to work together in the cause of development, and that large-scale economic projects must have a real and tangible benefit to local communities. but that they should also have another important component of demonstrating that all these role players can work together in a collaborative manner, find a way of addressing challenges and problems on an ongoing basis, so that we can showcase to the world what the true DNA of South Africa is. Being able to build a compact, being able to have consensus, and being able to work together. It has been greatly encouraging to see, even as this project is in its formative stages, beginning to evolve, it's been encouraging to see that a consultation process has started. It has started at a number of levels, and it is going to deepen at community level as well. It is pleasing to hear the key role players, business, being so enthusiastic about this program, government leaders being so enthusiastic, our traditional leaders in the form of our kings, as well as Amakhosi Etu being so enthusiastic, and community leaders and many other people who are also professionals, and business associations. It is pleasing to hear this happening at this early stage of this program. But it is also pleasing to hear people talk about, yes, the benefit that will flow to the communities around here. Economic development that does not prioritize the needs of the community is unsustainable. With the support of everyone, especially our investors, we will be able to create favorable conditions for growing businesses, for providing a comfortable living environment for families, for developing rural areas and promoting good governance. As government, we are working to encourage investment in this area by packaging existing infrastructure projects portfolios and presenting a credible project pipeline with the detail needed for investors to make informed investment decisions. Through the district development model, we will ensure that there is better alignment of government structures to facilitate the planning, the issuing of permits, and various other approvals that are required. We are going to make sure that there is an ease not only of doing business, but that there is ease of implementing this project. Now, obviously, we will do so without cutting corners or sacrificing safety and quality, but we will do so by ensuring that the time frames are adhered to, that the tendency that we might have in government of elongating processes of giving approvals is cut down quite substantially, so that the project must go on, because the project is aimed at addressing the needs of our people. I know that sometimes when approvals have to be given, there's a tendency, a lackadaisical tendency, of sitting on applications and getting people to sign and fill in thousands and thousands of forms. Now, that really, if we really want economic development, we must cut out that chaff. We must make sure that things happen. Because it quite often discourages investors. It makes investors become discouraged and they walk away. Now, I want investors to stay here I don't want any way to stay in my way of getting investors to stay here. Please get out of the way. Investors must stay here. So we will be moving quite in a determined way to make sure that we cut down unnecessary bureaucratic clutter. That we cut, and those people who have made it their lifelong duty just to delay things, we say we will get you out of the way. We want things to be done. So that is why earlier when I talked to the investors, I said to them, there will be challenges, but we want you to come and talk to us about those challenges. Don't just turn away and say it is not doable, it's impossible. Because we are serious about making sure that South Africa becomes an investment destination. We are serious about removing red tape. What we want to do is to take out red tape and lay out the red carpet so that investors can. I'm greatly encouraged to see the work that has been done into packaging the Eastern Seaboard Development to potential investors. And want to thank Minister Dlamini Zuma and all the others who've been working on this, packaging this, talking to investors, and getting investors to start biting, to start getting interested. And we are now packaging it so well that yes, this project has the support from the President as well as the government of the Republic of South Africa. I want you to know that. Now, as we continue our journey towards economic reconstruction and recovery, developments such as this can help to boost the fortunes of our economy and also to create jobs. They will also support the overall growth of regions that have suffered from underdevelopment. Now, the 4 districts in this area are some of the poorest districts in our country with lack of investment. We are now shining a torch of investment on these 4 districts, and they've also suffered from low growth and underinvestment, and they've also suffered from people departing from these 4 districts going to many other places in our country. We want to attract them back. We want to bring them back as we build our smart cities around and along this Eastern Seaboard. I want to thank all who have been part of making the events of the past 2 days a success. I hear that there have been intensive discussions, and that in itself is a very positive sign that we are moving forward. For the investment community, I'd like you to know that this demonstrates our seriousness and our determination about making sure that, yes, you can come and invest here. We want you to come and invest here. But more than that, we want you to come and make money here and make lots of money. Because when you make lots of money, we will get lots of taxes. We will get lots of jobs as well. So we don't want to be shy about that. We want you to come because you're coming here as investors. And as we lay out the red carpet for you, it's a great benefit for us. It is our collective wish that what has been showcased will inspire confidence and result in the investment that our people seek and our country needs. And just to give you assurance, we will continue as government to address the various other challenges that our country faces. We are a country that has a plan. We are moving forward. We are not browbeaten. Even COVID-19, much as it has been devastating, has not browbeaten us to submission. We have a plan and we are addressing the challenges, be they challenges that our people face out of poverty and unemployment, be they challenges that our businesses face out of losing business. We are addressing those. And we've taken the most outstanding decisions for a middle-income economy like ours, as well as for a small economy like ours. We've been punching way above our weight because we are serious about development. And in this case as well, we're also addressing the health challenges. And there are murmurings that we could be facing a fourth wave. These are murmurings that we've been hearing, and some of our medical scientists are beginning to be concerned about that. With that in mind, it is for that reason that we are encouraging South Africans to be vaccinated in their large numbers. Because when we are vaccinated, the protection against getting infected and also getting seriously ill is there. So this weekend, we are opening up our Vuma vaccination weekend again, and I'd like to call on South Africans to go out in their hundreds of thousands so that we can increase our vaccination rates. We are increasing the numbers. The Minister of Health said maybe 30 million people are now vaccinated. We need to increase that number. And this weekend, we want to see more and more of our people vaccinating so that we can defend ourselves. It is these efforts that we are taking to demonstrate that we are serious about economic development, because when we are all vaccinated, then our economy gets a boost. Our economy gets a lift. Just like yesterday, when our Minister of Finance delivered the medium-term budget policy statement, it has already started showing very positive signs of a lift. And these are some of the things that we need. So today, as we talk about this Eastern Seaboard development project, it is one of those initiatives that is going to give us a lift. And we will be spreading these types of initiatives throughout the country, because it is through economic development that we will be able to address the three challenges our country faces: unemployment, poverty, and inequality. And we'd like to say to the business community, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in what we've been doing over the past 3 days. We really value your partnership and your participation. We want to promise you that we will not let you down. We want you to be here. Thank you very much.